you RSVP'd to the session. I will hand over to Massimo to get us started with today's session.
Hi, everybody. My name is Massimo, as Emma introduced myself, and this is my bio, but it's not important. The important thing is that today we will talk about Azure Key Vault. It's an interesting service that allows us to keep safe for our secret, our application secret. But I show you what is exactly the behavior and the feature that the service give you. But I would like to start with this photo. This photo is a photo that appeared in an online magazine, and in this photo we have a guy that is in a control room. This is the American Coast Guard control room in the Hawaii. So it's an important place, a secret place, not a secret, but it's important place with a lot of technologies, a lot of characteristics, a lot of feature in this place. The people can alert the USA for tsunami and earthquake and so on. Very, very powerful, very, very secret, very, very secure. But if you look at the post, we have a password in clear in these notes, in this post-it posted on the monitor. And what is mean? We can have the best technology we can create our architecture. We can have a lot of interesting security feature, but the human being is the weakest part of this chain, of the security chain. In this case, the password is an interactive password, so it's the password that the people use to log in for a computer, for a workstation. But we have the same secret in our application, so we want to keep in the safe place these secrets, and we want to have these secrets in a particular place. Audit for that secrets. We want to know who is the reader of the secret, what kind of application can read this secret. We want to control these secrets. So what is Azure Key Vault? Azure Key Vault is a service that enables you to store and manage cryptographic keys and secret in one single point. Okay, so we look at all the features that the Key Vault give you, but I would like to start with another point. What is the doubts of Devs Entity Pro? First of all, I don't want to have the responsibility for the secrets, because if I make a mistake, these secrets can available for everyone, and I don't want to have this responsibility. I want to create an application in Azure that use sign-in encryption, but I want that these secrets, the keys and the passwords and so on, may be external to this application. So I don't want to put the secrets in the application. So I want to abstract the application from node to these secrets. Then I want that I create an application for my customers, and I want that the customers are able to manage their secrets. I don't want to care about the secrets for my customer. I just want that they can manage by themselves these secrets. So it's important also this. And finally, I want that my organization, on the other side, my organization is in control for all the key that we use, for example, to encrypt the disk. And I want to monitor the key usage. So I want that every time I can understand who read a single secret. Okay, so just Key Vault gives you some feature for that. Let's say what are the features. Secrets management. What is a secret? A secret is a string that for our application is an important thing. We don't want to share with other people. For example, a database connection string is a secret because inside the connection string we have the password. The storage key is a secret, because if the people have the storage key, they can interact with the storage and read the data, and we don't want to have this. So the secret is a single string that for us is an important thing to store in a safe way. Key management. A key is a cryptographic key we can use, for example, to encrypt our storage or to encrypt a virtual machine disk. The difference between a key and a secret, the secret is completely managed by us, so we can we write the secret. When we use the key instead, we generate the key. The platform generates for us the key, and we can always renew, generate again, and change the key. But we don't input the key in a text box, for example. Finally, the certificate. Certificate is another object that we want to store in a safe place. KeyVault allow us to manage also the certificates, so it's important to use KeyVault for that. And also KeyVault allow us to connect. KeyVault can be connected to certification authorities, some certification authorities, and provide us the feature to auto-update the certificates when they are expiring. Okay, so it's important. Finally, KeyVault is based on behind the scene. KeyVault can use HSM module, hardware security modules. That means we can have hardware encryption for the key instead of having also always the software encryption. Why? Because in some regulation, for example FIPs, we need to have an hardware encryption. So in Azure we cannot take our hardware and put on Azure, so we can use the KeyVault to be compliant for that regulation. So this is the 4 main features that Azure Key Vault gives us, but we can show each of these in this session. So first of all, when we need to interact with Azure Key Vault, we have 2 roles. The first role is the vault owner, is the people that manage the secret, is the people that knows the secret, can renew the key, can add a new secret, remove a secret, and so on. And for this part of the Key Vault, you can use the role-based access control to give the role, the permission, the grants for single user application or a group of users, like a standard resource in Azure. On the other side, we have another way to interact with the Key Vault, and this way is the consumer vault. So the application of or user or a group of users that want to read the secret and manage the secret in terms of reading and so on, or for example want to use a key to encrypt something, can use this other role, and for this role we can use a native access policy for Key Vault, and now in preview we can also use a role-based access control. We have 2 different interfaces we can interact with the Key Vault, because one is for the manager, for people that manage the secrets and the keys, and the other one is for the application that read the secrets. Okay, perfect. What's about availability and redundancy? The Key Vault is a data service, so you can save data inside the Key Vault. A secret is a data, a key is a data. And what about availability and redundancy? You cannot change. You cannot have. You cannot choose what is the availability. The Key Vault is replicated in the pay region. So, for example, if you choose North Europe, automatically the data you insert in the Key Vault are replicated to the West Europe, and you cannot do anything. It's by default, so you cannot change nothing. What's happened if the main region have a failover? Automatically, every request you have to the Key Vault are redirected to the secondary region, but only in read, but in read only. So if your application need to manage the secrets, not only read but also insert new secret, you need to keep attention for that, because if you have a failover in the primary region, you go to the secondary, but always also in read only. When the failover is okay, is come back, so we have a failback. The requests to the Key Vault go to the primary region, and that's all. In that case, the primary region become also in the write mode, not only read mode. You cannot change this one. You cannot have another kind of replication. You don't spread your Key Vault in different region. You can do it if you want, but you need to create some replication method using, I don't know, Azure function and so on. By design, the Azure Key Vault is replicated in pair region, and Azure manages for you the replication and the failover and failback. Okay. Platform integration is interesting. You can have a lot of integration with the platform. Why? Because if we want that you use a Key Vault, we need to provide you some integration. So for example, if you want to use Azure Disk Encryption and you want to encrypt your disks using your keys and not our key, you can simply choose to read the encryption key from the Key Vault. As the same way for transparent data encryption in SQL. An app service, I show you in a demo how you can simply change something in app service in the configuration for the app service and redirect the configuration read operations to the Key Vault without any code change. The storage account is another service that can use the Key Vault. I show you in a demo also, and R template. When you deploy an R template, sometimes in R template you can have some secrets. Imagine you want to create a virtual machine. Inside the template, you have the password for the administration account on that virtual machine, and you don't want that the password is unclear, but you want that the template can go to the Key Vault and read the data. So you can do it. Finally, DevOps. Also in DevOps, you can, as you can see in the picture in the right part of the slide, you can have a task that can interact with the Key Vault. So the pipeline, the DevOps interact with the Key Vault. The people that create the pipeline cannot read the data, but the pipeline itself can read the data from the Key Vault. So the data can be, I don't know, a password and so on, and use that data to in the following part of the pipeline. Okay, so also the DevOps integration is quite simple in Key Vault. I show you some demo about app service, storage account, and R template later in this module. The cost, how much? It's important because every time we want to use a service, we need to understand what are the features that this service provide us, but it's important to understand how much this service costs. So we have two plans, standard and premium. With the premium plan, you can use HSM, so you can create a new encryption key encrypted by hardware instead of software. In the standard plan, you can always also use only use the software key. I show you in a demo. You pay for transaction. You pay a lot, some euro for 1,000, 10,000 each 10,000 calls to the Key Vault. So you pay for a flat rate for transaction. You pay for each HSM key you use. more or less €1 for month for each key, if I remember well, but you can go to the documentation and check the pricing. And if you enable the auto renewal for certificates, you pay for that. So the idea is if you want to do some test, you don't have a free plan, but if you use the standard, and if you don't have a lot of transaction, you pay very small amount of money. So you don't worry, you don't pay a lot of money for that. I want to show you some integration in the platform. Then let me open the portal. Yeah, okay. And I create a storage account and I start to create the KeyVault. I want to use the KeyVault to encrypt the storage account I created before this meetup. So first of all, I create a KeyVault just to show you what are the features that KeyVault allow to use you. Let me create. Come on, Azure. When you create a KeyVault, you need to define, of course, the subscription, the resource group, the location, primary, because the secondary is the pair location, so and name. The name must be unique in Azure because the name becomes part of the fully qualified domain name you can use to interact with the storage, with the KeyVault I show you. But for example, let's check if this one is okay. It's okay. I want to choose West Europe. Let me check. Let me use West Europe because the storage I created before is in West Europe. I show you what this means. Standard or premium. I choose premium. Okay. You can define what is the retention, what is the number of days, the soft delete, maintain the data. Azure KeyVault supports soft deletion. So what this means? If you delete a key or a secret, that secret or key are not destroyed immediately. There is a place, there is a rubber basket you can use to retrieve the secret you deleted. So the duration of this rubber basket is indicated that by this value. You can change this one. Okay. Let me check. It's okay. I can create. I show you the other features after we create the KeyVault. Let me drink something while Azure creates the KeyVault. We try to create an encryption key now, and I want to use that encryption key in the storage to say to Azure that the storage will be encrypted using my key, my personal key, and not a key managed by Microsoft. So go to the KeyVault. Okay, let's check 3 sections here: keys, secrets, and certificates. One section here for that you can use to define the access policy, so who can read the data. Okay. An option about networking: KeyVault is a multi-tenant service, so it's your service, but run in a place where other service run. And KeyVault has an endpoint, a public endpoint, but you can limit, you can segregate the request to the KeyVault from a particular VNet if you want, or using a private link. But just go to the key. I want to create a new key or generate a new key, and I want to use that key in the storage. So I can generate using a key using an HSM. Okay, for example, this one. I can choose the key type. Yeah, I need the name, my encryption key. I don't know. this is the some hardware encryption. This is a software one. I choose this one and this one. Okay, I can define an activation date and expiration date, so I can create some secret and keys. In this case, is a key that are valid for an amount of time. Okay, I enable, and that's it. I create a key. If I go inside the key, as you can see, you can have a versioning for that key. In this case, I have only one version, this one, and this is exactly the identifier for that particular keys. So if you want, using the code to read a particular key or a particular secret, I can use this endpoint. I show you using the secret, but it's okay. You can put some operation. You can disable some operation here, but I don't want to do that. I just want to go to the storage and say to the storage that I want to use this encryption for the encryption part of the storage itself. So go to the storage. First of all, to use a storage, to use a key vault in a storage, the key vault and the storage must be in the same location. This is why I create the storage in West Europe. Yeah, but you can imagine it's normal, because what's happened if the region for the key vault goes down and the storage is in another region? The storage cannot read the region. Yeah, the storage can read the region by the secondary, yeah, but by the pair, but there is no sense to have a different region for key vault and demo, okay, and for key vault and storage. So I go to the storage, I go to the encryption part. Here I have a customer managed key. I can select a key vault. I select the reactor demo key vault and the encryption key. From this moment, I'm using my key to encrypt the storage and not a key managed by, yeah, some error, yeah. No problem, I show you what's happened later. And this is a way to, this is an integration between the platform and the storage. I show you exactly the same in the R template, but I want to go to the another time to the Key Vault, to go to the secrets. I want to create a secret instead of a key, just to show you a thing. I go to manual instead of certificate. I don't know, my connection string, and the value is blah, 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 is a secret for me. Yeah, but imagine now here you can have the connection string. As usual, you have an activation date and expiration date without any problem. You can set a content type. The content type is something like a label you can use to identify different secret. It's up to you how you want to use it without any problem. I create. I go to the connection string, and also the connection string, this secret is versioned. If I go there, I can have the same identifier, similar, just the difference is you have here you have secrets instead keys, but it's similar. Just I show you, if I copy this one, if I go to the portal, to the browser, and I put in the browser, I cannot read the data because in the browser I am anonymous, and I don't interact with Azure Active Directory to provide to Azure Active Directory that I am Massimo, and I have the grant to read the data. Okay, so to read the secret, I need to use the portal. Okay, or I need to use an application that is allowed to read the data. Okay, let's go to this one is the part where you can manage the certificate. It's similar to the other part. Go to the access policy. Here is the way you can define what is the service principal, what are the service principals can read the data. I set the key to the storage, and you can see here I have a record here, a row here for the storage, and with the get, so the storage is able to read the key and use the key to wrap and wrap. Okay, so the integration in the platform means that when you choose a storage and you want to use a key, the platform for you create an identity for the storage and create an access policy here to give to the storage the grant to read the data. Okay, but of course you can do the same for your application. I show you in the next demo in the app service how the app service works. Here you can define the behavior for the Key Vault respect to the Azure Resource Manager. If I want to use the secrets inside a template, I need to enable this one and show you exactly what's happened in a template. This is a template, and you can see here you have a password. So if you use a standard parameter file, you have something like this, and I don't want to have the password in clear. Okay, what I can do, I can use this one. In this case, I said, hey, Azure Resource Manager, you have a reference to this Key Vault and read the secret VM admin password. The people that run the template cannot read the password. The Azure Resource Manager can read the password because I go there and I enable this option. Okay, perfect. So I show you two-way storage and our templates. I show you the integration in the platform for the Key Vault. Now I want to show you what we can use Key Vault in our code. So what we can do if you want to integrate the Key Vault, the secrets in Key Vault in our app service. Imagine you have a website, you deploy a website, you don't want to change anything in the code, because if you change something, you need to retest everything. I don't want to change nothing. I want that I can connect the app service to the Key Vault and use the platform to say every time the app service try to read the data in the configuration, go to the Key Vault, read the secret, and take to the app service. You need to take 3 steps. The first one, you need to define a service principal for the app service. So you need to create a managed identity or register your application if you want to use the Key Vault outside the Azure. But if you want to use inside Azure, you can create a managed identity for the app service. Go to the Key Vault, grant the access to the Key Vault in the Key Vault policy for that application, like the storage I showed you in the demo, and then use the secret in your app. Let's go. You can register your app or create a managed identity. When you register your app, you have a secret inside your app that you can use to present your app in Azure Active Directory, authenticate the app, and then the app can read from the Key Vault. The same managed identity, the only difference is the managed identity is managed by Azure, while app registration is managed by me. But if I have an app service in my subscription, and I want to interact with the Key Vault in my subscription, I use the managed identity because it's simplest. Second step, I go to the Key Vault, okay, and can give the policy, can create the policy for that particular app, for that particular service principal, using CAD or the Azure Key Vault policy or role-based access control. Is the same because both Key Vault access policy and role-based access control works on service principal, so it's the same. I can give access to key, secret, and certificate, but the entire set of the key, entire set of the secret, entire set of the certificate cannot say this application read only this particular secret and the other application read another secret. Okay, If I want to segregate different applications for different secrets, I need to create different key vaults. Yes, but it's the same. Then step number 3, I can set in the configuration. Of course, I create the secret in Key Vault, first of all. Then I have 3 ways to integrate the secrets in my application without change anything in my code. I just put this signature inside the configuration I show you in the demo. And when the app service read the configuration, the platform redirect the call to the Key Vault, write to the Key Vault. Because I write to the Key Vault with the managed identity, that particular request can be executed on Key Vault, read the data, and come back to your application without any change in your code. Second step, you can use a provider, a configuration provider. For example, this is an example in .NET. You can use a configuration provider using this package. And in this way, every time you try to read the configuration as usual, as you can do using a JSON file, the request go to the Key Vault. In this case, you can set also the credential to interact with the Key Vault. So, for example, if you are writing an application that run on AWS, an AWS or on-prem, you can use this approach and here use the app registration credential you created in the portal. Third step, you can use the Key Vault client. Key Vault client is a class containing this package and that allow you to interact with the Key Vault. Every time you create a client, you have a lot of methods. This method gets secret async, allow you to read a particular secret, and is another way to interact with the Key Vault. The first approach is no code approach, no code change approach. So you don't need to change anything in your application. The other 2 approach need to change something. The second approach, you need to change the startup of the application to use a new configuration provider. This one allow you to make some change, a lot of changes inside your code to read particular secret and so on. I'll show you in the demo immediately. So go to the portal another time. Go to the portal, this one. I prepare a demo. Let me check. Come on. Okay, this one. I have a website. I show you a very, very horrible website, but just simple. This website read data from the configuration without the website doesn't know that the data is in a Key Vault. Just read the data. Okay, just read the configuration like usual, like you make using a standard configuration file. And this one, look at this one and look at that one. This is secret password from KV and no secure admin user. Let's check on the configuration. Okay. Okay, if I go there, okay. Remember that the key is a secret section, admin password, admin user. So in the configuration, you can have secret section, admin password, secret section, admin user. Look at this. One of these is Key Vault reference. The other one is appconfig. If I look at the file, okay, this one is Microsoft.KeyVault secretary. So when the application go to the configuration and read the configuration, the request is redirected to the Key Vault and to read this admin password secret here. The other one, on the other side, the admin user is contained here. So it is a secret in the configuration file. It is a secret in Key Vault. I don't change anything in the code, just add this handle, this endpoint, this reference. And if you create in the right way the manage identity and configure in the right way the policy in Azure Key Vault, you have Key Vault reference with the green icon here. If you miss to do something like in this chain, probably you have Azure Key Vault reference, but you have a red sign here, a red icon. How I create the identity? I go there and create a new system assigned identity. When I put on here and save, Azure create for me a service principal in Azure Active Directory and manage the credential for me. Then I go to the Key Vault, this one. I go to the, first of all, I show you the secrets. This one, admin password. As you can see, I have 3 versions, but if I go there, I show the secret. This is the secret that my site reads. Then go to the Key Vault, go to the access policy, and this one is the website as a managed identity. I create a managed identity and I say I want that this particular application can get the secret, cannot have the list. So if I try to retrieve the list of the secret, I cannot retrieve the list, but I can get a single secret. So my application can read the data because I create a managed identity. I go to the Key Vault and say, hey, Key Vault, that application can read your data. Okay, but I want to show you how I can use the provider. This project, you can find this project in my GitHub, but anyway, and you can add the link in the slides. And in the end of the slides, I put a lot of links. One of these is the GitHub. The first place is this one, not this one. So the startup program. In the startup program, I create where is the app configuration? So I don't use the configuration here, but I use the code. Yeah, I show you because I want to show you how you can use the code. So the other 2 parts of the demo, go there. Let me go there. I have 2 other links here. One of these, try to read the code, use the managed identity. So in the same way, the service does when I change the link, the value in the configuration file. I want to show you how you can do using the code. And this one instead is the same, but I use an app registration. So I register my app and I want to use the credential for the app registration to interact with the Azure Key Vault. Go to the Visual Studio. Okay. Okay, this one. I create the Key Vault client. So I create an Azure Service Token provided the way I can interact with the Azure Active Directory. I create the Key Vault client and say, hey, I want that you use the managed identity if you are a managed identity, otherwise you cannot interact with the Key Vault. Then get a secret. And in this scenario, I read DB connection string is another secret in my Key Vault. Okay. Then what's happened when I arrive here? When I arrive here and I create the Key Vault client, nothing's happened. But when I get secret async, I make a request to the Key Vault. I present myself as a managed identity. Key Vault check if I have an access policy. Yes, I have an access policy, but I have an access policy for read a particular secret. So I need to know what is the secret, and in this scenario, I know what is the secret and I can read. If I try to get the list, here I have a lot of methods. As you can see, you have a lot of methods. For example, get secrets get secrets async, allow you to read the list if you can, of course. In my scenario, my application cannot read the list of the secrets, so I receive an error here. But anyway, the single secret I can read, and then I show on video. But what's happened if I'm writing an application for AWS or an application that run on-prem? Yeah, I can use app registration. So go to the Azure Active Directory, register my app. I receive back two values, application ID and tenant ID. Then I can create a connection string to connect it to the KeyVault. And when I create a KeyVault client, I use a token provider with a connection string. So I need to know the application ID, the tenant ID, and another secret I created in the application registration. Of course, when I create a client, I ask for a secret. The request go to the KeyVault. The KeyVault say, hey, are you authorized to read the data? And I show you the portal. This is the other registration, the app registration, and as you can see, also the secret and config app and app registration can read the data. So in this way, you can interact with the KeyVault, simply changing something in the configuration, or if you want, you can interact with the KeyVault, creating a KeyVault client and interact with the KeyVault directly. Okay, so it's simple. And the dependency, just to show you the package, is the Azure Key Vault. The package Azure Key Vault contains the app client. If you want to use the configuration provider, you need to add another package, and you can create. You can inject the configuration provider in your application in the startup, the program CS when you start up the site. Yeah, where you create the configuration, using an app configuration, but you can use also the KeyVault configuration. In this way, every time you read the data and you read the configuration, every request for the configuration will be redirected to the KeyVault. Just another thing before closing the part. What's happened if I want to, just to show you that when I use the integration between app service and the KeyVault, I don't change anything. This is the action that read the configuration in the normal way as usual and write data. This method here, as you can see, take the iConfiguration class in .NET Core. The iConfiguration class is the class that allow you to read the configuration, get a section, get the children in the section, so all the keys, all the values inside this public section, in secret section is the same, and read the value. This piece of code, this snippet of code, works in the same way if you read the data from JSON, from XML, or if you put a new configuration provider, this code read the data from the KeyVault. Of course, if you have the right credential and the right policy in the KeyVault. The difference between the platform integration and the KeyVault, the key client, the KeyVault client is, and I show you in the portal. If I go to at this moment now, the difference is if I go to the configuration. Come on, and I go to the endpoint I use in the configuration. Let me check here. As you can see, this is the name of the KeyVault. I want to read the secrets. The name of the secrets is admin password, but I need to set the version. So I can, if I want to change the version, I need to change the configuration. Okay, I cannot say just admin password, give me the latest version. While if I use the code, if I use code, the code here, let me check here, I can say to KeyVault, just give me the latest version of these secrets, or if I want, I can set the particular version, but if I use this signature, I read the latest version. Now you cannot have the same approach in the app configuration integration with the KeyVault, but just I don't think it's a great limitation. Okay, the app configuration integration with KeyVault allow you to immediately move your data from the configuration file to the KeyVault. Then, of course, you can change your code after sometimes. But the first step is I want to move the data from the configuration to the KeyVault, put the link, and that's all. Okay. Wait, perfect. Okay, just to summarize the meetup, just I give you some time to the question. Why I want to use the KeyVault. First of all, I take my secret and keep my secret in a safe place. I don't say you, but I say you now. The KeyVault is a data service and all the data are encrypted in the KeyVault at rest. So the data are stored in a place safe, and safe because only the service principal that has the right permission can access to the data, and also because the data are encrypted at rest, first of all. Second one, you can audit your app, so you can immediately have information about what is the apps that try to read the data, they try to read the secret. Okay, if you put the secret in a configuration file, you cannot have an audit because you don't know what is the app that read that particular secret or not. You take the data secret safe in a place, and you can make some audit. You can have a log every time an application try to read the data first. Then encrypt your data. As I said, the data in KeyVault are encrypted. You have a platform integration from the storage using their template, hard disk encryption, the SQL transparent data encryption, DevOps, our template, app service. You can have a lot of integration. The integration allows you to move your data from an unsecure place, configuration file, to a secure place, KeyVault, in the simplest way. Just move the data, set the configuration, set the credential for the application to read the data, and put the link inside the configuration file. Finally, simplify administration. Your secret is put in one side, one copy, only one. So you need to manage only one secret, not one secret for each application that use it. Okay, so just if you put the secret in one place, you can simply manage it. Okay, and I want to leave you with a quote by Kevin Mitnick. What does it mean? Remember the post-it in the first picture? Yeah, for the code, the post-it in the piece of paper in the monitor is when a developer writes something secret in a configuration file and push the data in a public repository. Can happen. Okay, can happen. Also, in my experience, one time in the midnight, I created a demo and I put a connection string in that demo that is related to a SQL database. I push my code in GitHub, but unfortunately, I don't configure in the right way my Git in your file, and that configuration goes to the GitHub. public. So if I have the connection string, my secret is available for everyone. If I put a link for the Key Vault, yeah, the link is public for everyone. But if you don't have the credential, you cannot access to the secret. You cannot do anything with the secret. So use the Key Vault because human being is the weakest link in the security chain. Remember, I'm here for the question. This is my reference. And if you want, you can interact with me using the LinkedIn. I'm here for every question you have. Emma, there are any questions? I look at the Q&A. Wait for a moment. Yeah.
Yes, there are a couple of questions that have come through.
Yeah, I'm go to the, yeah. Okay, I look. Yeah. Do we need to manually retrieve the password whenever there is a change, new pipeline is being created, or just point the port? No. When you, if I understand well, the question is in the pipeline, the DevOps pipeline, when I use the task, what the task does? The task go to the Key Vault, read a set of secret, all the set of secret, and create every time the pipeline run. Read all the set of secrets and create each variable inside the pipeline for the secrets. So if you add the new secret or change something, the next time the DevOps pipeline will run, read the last version of the secret that you have in the Key Vault. Yeah, I hope I answered to your question, Santosh. Yeah. Anonymous, can a developer see the value of the secret that is retrieved using the secret async method? Yeah, of course. The question is can the developer read the secret? Yeah, of course. When you are in the code, you are in memory. You are not encryption. You are, the data is still available. The problem is to avoid that the secret in a file, plain text file, may be available for everyone. Yes, the developer, if the developer go in the debug, yeah, and make a breakpoint, read the variable, can read the data because the memory is not encrypted. So yeah, I hope I can answer to Anonymous. Another Anonymous, if you want to use secrets from the Key Vault with an on-prem application. No, yeah. Yes, if you want to use a Key Vault from the on-premise, you need to provide the secret to read the secret because you need the application ID and the tenant ID to present yourself in the Key Vault and check if you are if you have the credential. Yeah, and yes, but in some you have only one secret. You can use the secret configuration file. And why not? Why not? Because your application, when you create your application, the application is the same from now to the future. You can put that data not in configuration, but in code. Of course, if you change the registration, you need to redeploy the code, but maybe an approach. Your application, when you register your application still remain the same when you register from that to the future. So you can put these three secrets in your application code. Okay, there is a way to use this secret without putting them in the configuration file. Okay, I hope I answered to Anonymous. Yeah, the share. Yeah, you can have in the chat the link to my GitHub. You can find all my sessions, and in particular, this Markdown file is related to this one. You can find the slides in this page, and in the future I put the link to the video, and you can find in the same the link to the GitHub repo. You can find the project I used for this demo. I think I answered to all your questions. If you have any other question or you want to have more details, please write in the chat. Otherwise, I wish you a great evening, a great afternoon, a great evening, a great night, and see you next week for another session. Okay, Emma?
Massimo, thank you so much for today's session.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you for your attention, for your patience. See you in the next.
Yes, see you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.